Welcome to Reddit Reader. Escape room workers of Reddit. What's the most absurd thing players have done? Attended a Saw series escape room with my SO and some random since the room required 4 to 6. We get locked in to start, chained to fixtures like the dark room scene from the movie. Lights are off. As soon as the thing starts, one of the randos says, "I have a gun in case we need to shoot someone." I thought he was joking. We all did. Eventually, the lights turn on and he pulls out a real gun and sits it in the sink and says, "I'm leaving the gun in the sink in case something happens to me. It's for everyone." It was nice that he planned ahead and offered it to everybody. I did an escape room with my family, and the workers have to tell you not to lick the light bulb. This is because some guy thought if he licked the light bulb, the answer would be revealed on the light bulb. The only answer he found was light bulbs are hot and can burn you. So this isn't necessarily absurd on the player side, but instead from the game master. One time our players were doing the bank heist theme, done in the dark, and you have headlamps and about 4 puzzles, and one of my employees realized they had an item in their pocket still. So we brain blasted for a couple of minutes and decided the best course of action was to pretend the employee was a security guard and walk around the bank. So we went over the room intercom and warned them to hide because it looked like the security guard was coming to them. Seeing all the players hide in complete fear was priceless. One guy wasn't even hiding, he was just sprawled up against the wall. Our security guard walked around and said, everything seems good, and placed the item down on the desk. It was legendary. They didn't suspect anything. A kid I knew from school, his family owns an escape room business. The most things that happen is people trying to take things when it's clearly nailed down or nailed to the wall. Then he said that a little kid pissed in a bottle. "Mama, it's a bottle. I wonder if it's a clue." "Piss in it to find out, Jerry. Piss in it." Not sure if this counts. I did an escape room with a group of friends. At the end, you found a flash drive which was supposed to be plugged into a computer. We opened the document and there were instructions to print. We got print and the printer gave us an out of ink error. We assumed this was part of the game and started looking for a magenta cartridge. Then an employee slipped in the room, replaced the cartridge, and told us to hit print again. Apparently it was not part of the game. They just ran out of ink. I went to one where there were 3 identical rooms, which teams competed in at the same time. If you finished, you then got to watch and listen to other teams. Our team did pretty well, and we got to watch the other 2 teams try to complete it. Anyway, there was this one lock which was a number combination, and you solved it by finding some sheet music in a book with 5 notes on it, which corresponded to numbers. The piece was entitled "The Key" or something similar, so you knew you needed it for the lock. Anyway, this other team, instead of converting the numbers and putting in the combination, chanted this 5-note tune at the lock. When it did not work, they tried again. Then someone else tried. This went on for 10 minutes and got louder and louder. Eventually, the game master stepped in and told them it was not going to work. Apparently, they were the only team ever to do that. There was an escape room by me that had a terrorist-themed room. You get kidnapped and locked in a room with a bomb on the door. To up the realism, your host was dressed to fit the role of a kidnapper and would come over the radio for hints and persona. Eventually, the cops would start coming over the radio to guide you out of the room. Anyway, someone walking by the escape room saw people getting kidnapped and called the actual police. The police came by and the escape room workers explained, but the actual police wanted to confirm with the people in the room. They knocked on the door and said, "Salt Lake City Police, open up." And the group responded, "We can't because there's a bomb strapped to the door." Luckily, it ended well with everyone laughing afterwards. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and subscribe so you do not miss our next upload.